Glad to have you with us from Austin, Texas, DKR Texas Memorial Stadium. This is anything but a run-of-the-mill early season matchup, a clash of top 10 teams as these two will get their oil checked early. It's the Ohio State Buckeyes and the Texas Longhorns. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Holly Rowe is down on the sideline.
Guys, this is the matchup that everybody has been looking forward to all season. You might remember Texas got off to a rocky start under young quarterback Arch Manning last year in Columbus. But he is better, and the team has improved around him. Ohio State was in the college football playoff last year, and Ryan Day expects this team to be even better. We'll find out here today. This is the matchup everybody's been waiting for. Back to you.
Thank you, Holly. Really looking forward to this matchup. The Buckeyes ready to put toe to leather, and here we go. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They've got the big fellas out there, a three tight end look on 1st and 10. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty.
Break. Over. Here we go. Ready. Let's go.
Handoff for Brown. Could be an alley. Got enough for the first. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Longhorns!
And these offensive coordinators tell you they want to start fast and they want to establish the run game. That is exactly what you did. First drive, you hand the football off, making the big explosive run, setting the tone for this football game.
And the PAT makes it 7-0. If only it were always this easy for the offensive coordinators. One play, big chunk yardage, put points on the board just like that. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. On the run, it's Jackson. Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30. You can really set the tone for what's possible in your season in early season showdowns like this, both in the top 10 and both with the loftiest of goals.
This one's fun too, David, because we had this game circled in the offseason. We knew this was going to be a really good matchup early. We're going to find out the answers to a lot of questions we have about both these teams.
Well, and sometimes it's hard to figure that out, right? Like, you don't get till mid-season, you're like, oh, they haven't played anybody.
And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
Hey, guys, we've been talking about this all week, man. What a showdown. Top 10 offense, top 10 defense. Who's going to come out and assert their will? And the defense wins the first battle. Getting in the backfield, creating the negative play, kind of dictating to this offense. The defense strikes first in this big-time matchup.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Under fire. Buried before he could blink.
And guys, we've been talking about this all week, man. What a showdown. Top 10 offense, top 10 defense. Who's going to come out and assert their will? And the defense wins the first battle. Getting in the backfield, creating the negative play, kind of dictating to this offense. The defense strikes first in this big-time matchup.
He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. They reeled off a long touchdown drive the last time they had it. Much better field position this time. Turning it on! Gain of 8 yards on the play. He's too short of the first down.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. A give to Brown. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Well, after ripping off a big-time run on his opening carry, a negative play this time around, and this is going to be key. They're going to keep giving him the ball, and they need him to have more positive plays than negative ones if they're going to win.
Manning lines up in the gun on 3rd down. Completes it in the middle. They are on the move as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 28.
Man, is it going to be fun trying to stop this passing offense at Texas. Not only do you have to deal with Arch Manning throwing the football, but you got Wingo outside with all that speed, David. You bring in Cam Coleman from Auburn with his size and speed. So who do you cover if you're on defense?
Yeah, I wouldn't even mention the running backs who you bring in, too, who are studs. So, like, they're studs all over the field. This is an offense that, Sark, when they really get it going, man, the passing game becomes elite. And they can do so many good things to you. But just Cam Coleman and the ability to catch the football when he's not open. Like, it's second to none. Look forward to watching him and the Arch connection and how it grows.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Arch Madness. Taken in on the right side by Coleman. Headed to the end zone. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Texas.
Man, this offense has started the season off so good. 1-0 a week ago, right? Now building on it again. Great job putting points on the board. It's still the first half, but this unit looks dialed in.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finish it off with a touchdown toss from the 23. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Buckeye offense onto the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Throw it, say it. A little screen to the running back. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning.
And listen, if I'm the quarterback, I'm trying to dump the ball off to my playmaker and make this a manageable 3rd down, get something positive. But how about the defense? Just reacting so fast, getting to the running back, and getting that sucker on the ground in the open field.
DKR heating up and trying to make 3rd down impossible here. Saying, trying to be heard above the noise. looking for a huge play. And trying to put points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at fourth down.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
Here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. He put 2 touchdowns on the board in the early going, and now right back to work. Tackle is made at the 44, but he picked up 10 yards and enough for a first down.
What a nice run there. And I tell you, Texas has always been a place where there have been outstanding running backs. This guy is the next in line. He's got vision, he's got speed, he's got power. It always seems like it takes multiple defenders to bring him down. Huge weapon in this offense.
On first down, it's Brown again.
You know, God bless Texas because they can lose great running backs, and they just go into the portal and they get a great running back. Oh, no. They got 2 great running backs. To get Smothers, to get Brown to come over, obviously guys with experience at big-time universities. I expect Texas to be able to run the football and, Jesse, have one of the best 1-2 punches in all of college football.
Yeah, I mean, they want to come play with Arch Manning, let's be honest. They know it's an offense that defenses are going to be worried about the deep ball, throwing it downfield, so a lot of soft boxes to run into, and there's really no excuse for why these running backs shouldn't absolutely stat it up this year. Steve Sarkisian told us they're going to be committed to running the football and having balance because of those names you just mentioned. We're expecting this running game to be elite.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Ball at the 38. The defense will try to get a stop on third and short. Manning from the gun on third down. Makes the grab. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down.
Well, on that third down play, they're just trying to get it to him quickly to see if he can do something with it after they catch. But this is a defense that takes pride in their ability to tackle in the open field. That was a fantastic job of rallying to the ball carrier inbounds and getting him down, now setting up fourth.
They're in field goal range here on fourth down, but they're going to keep this offense on the field. Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. Let's take a look at the numbers, and they have jumped out to an impressive start. Now to see if they can answer this early blitz here in the second quarter. A field goal try would have been a 51-yarder. They'll opt instead to try to move the chains on fourth down. Play clock was getting close to 0, and they have to burn a timeout. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. A 51-yard field goal is not really unreasonable in terms of range, but they'll try to convert on fourth down. Keep it on the ground. It's Brown. And they'll make the tackle for no gain, get the stop, and get the ball back.
Low man wins. Defense that time on fourth down was expecting run, and you saw at the point of attack how they just dominated. There was nowhere for that guy to go. Defense wins the down. They give it back up now to their offense.
Maybe some room here. Gets the ball right to the 50-yard line, and that'll be enough for a first down. The Buckeyes, really the entire state, they pride themselves on toughness. Establishing the ability to run the ball when they want to has always been important here.
Part of that Midwest lifestyle, but when you're Ohio State, you recruit at such a high level. You're going to get great offensive linemen, great running backs, so it's not a surprise that they're usually a physical unit.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running a football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Here's Julian Sayin to throw. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Yeah, and you don't see that often, right? This guy is elite. He's one of the best in the business. This is what he does for a living, obviously. That's why he gets paid millions of dollars. Yes, NIL is real. So I don't expect many misses from this guy like that.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. Now here's Sayin on target. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
The Buckeyes are moving quickly down the field. Running inside, it's Jackson. Defense there to make the stop after a pickup of 2 to the 30.
And I think offense is showing they are willing to run the football, even if they don't get big gains. Just those body blows that can sometimes wear out a defense and keep the balance on offense so I can be explosive.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. They didn't get it forward an inch. Defense wins the battle up front. They're within field goal range at the 29. Let's see if they can pick up a few or the first down on 3rd and long. Sayin from the gun on 3rd down. Fires deep toward the end zone. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeye!
A big question mark for this offense coming into the year, guys. Who could score touchdowns? Who are going to be their biggest playmakers on offense? This guy scored in the...
And it's blocked. Picks it up. That's a live ball. The 50. The 40. The 30. Past the 10. He takes it the distance, and you can give him 2.
I love the effort by the field goal unit. They don't just take the play off. They don't hang their heads. They rush the extra point. Look at that. Get their hand up, get a paw on it, pick it up, and take it all the way back for 2 points and gain some momentum for this defense.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Longhorns head out, hoping to move the ball on this possession. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the 4th down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating because you think you might get points and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complementary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. To throw, Manning. quickly complete.
Well, that's great timing by the quarterback and receiver on that out route. If you're going to be running that against man coverage like they were there, that ball has to be thrown early, and it's got to be thrown out in front of the receiver, and they execute it perfectly.
Big third down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. The offense changing the play. Manning tries to pick it up on third down. Gets it out quickly. And on that third and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it was a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are? Sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this third down. Get the conversion. Move the sticks.
The Longhorns will snap it on 1st and 10.
Here we go. Ready. Ready, go.
The run inside. It smothers. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain.
The defense wins that one, and the offensive line was challenged by their coaching staff coming into this game to try and get push up front and establish the line of scrimmage. They're going to have to do a better job running than that if they're going to win this one.
Got 3 on 1st down at 2nd and 7. Hand off for Brown. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run. Ball is at the 42-yard line, close to 4-down territory. Here's 3rd and short. Manning from the gun on 3rd down. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. He picks up the fumble, but they'll blow it dead right there. And remember, at this stage of the game, the only person who can advance a fumble for the offense is the fumbler. Punt is on its way. Here's the return. Really nice job all the way around. Got a few blocks, made a couple of moves, and a good return on that one before he's pushed out of bounds. They'll open this drive from their own 42-yard line. Here's Sayin to throw. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Looking to throw, it's Sayin. And they're not quite in rhythm there. It's incomplete.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
Horns up and ready to hook them. Serious noise on 3rd down in DKR. Sayin trying to be heard above the noise. He's got him. And he got it oh so close to that 1st down marker, but they still have a little work to do. It'll be 4th down.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
And the Buckeyes will come to the line to convert on 4th down. Needs it to keep this drive alive. Brought down, but he has enough for the 1st down right at the 43-yard line. Timeout signal for by the Buckeyes. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Now on first down from the 43-yard line. Sends it back in motion. Say it. Here's the pressure. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Well, this defense knew they had a tall task playing against this Heisman-caliber quarterback, and the best way to affect him is with pressure. They were able to hit him on that play, and that forced the incompletion.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Back to pass, it's Sayin. Got it. He stopped at the 32, picks up 10 on the play and gets the first down. Ohio State calls its second timeout. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. The Buckeyes go back to work after moving the chains through the air. Wide receiver comes in motion. Say it. Here comes the heat. Got him for the sack. This defense turning up the intensity. Final timeout called by the Buckeyes. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. This pass rush has just been relentless, and you can bet your bottom dollar they're about to bring the heat again. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Pressure coming. On the run, deep down the right side. Goes high to pull it in. Inside the 20-yard line, pushed out at the 18, and they're in business.
It's so much nicer when you're a defensive coordinator and you're calling plays and you know exactly where that quarterback is going to be. This guy, not the case. He needs to scramble. He just scrambles out of the pocket and still makes big-time plays.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Throwing, say it. Unloads to the wideout. He's got it. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business, 1st and goal.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the field better. It's almost as if the game is starting to slow down for him. I think
throw into the end zone, and it's picked off. And they come up with a big play to make sure no more points go on the board before the end of the half.
How about the athletic ability by the big fella? You know, you get those big linebackers in there used to taking on fullbacks and offensive linemen the whole game. He understands for passing situations. I'm getting drops. I'm getting deep in my drops, playing the quarterback's eyes, breaking on the football, making the INT. What an athlete.
Just enough time for one final play in this half. Here's Brown to begin the drive. Breaks into the open. Thought for a minute they were going to turn that into a score. They get the big play, but time runs out here in the half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Guys, so much to get you updated on, so let's get right to it here from the EA Sports College Football Update Desk. We begin with Georgia taking on the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers. And it's Georgia eyeing a second win after the opening week loss. They are on top here in the first half. As we check in on these top 25 matchups this week, we're reminded of just how meaningful every week in college football is.
The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the third quarter.
Down 2 possessions, the coaching staff met in at halftime, and they've probably scripted this opening drive. Just like they do at the start of the game, they've now got an idea of what plays they feel most confident in, what plays their quarterback is seeing the best to go out here and execute a scoring.
Well, and it's nice to get the ball first. Like, I got the first opportunity to close the gap a little bit, apply some great game pressure to these guys. So I think getting the ball first, driving down, scoring right here would be huge.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Here's Julian Sayin to throw. Pocket breaking down. And he's sacked. Great work there by this defense.
In the second half, trailing the way they are, they know they're going to have to be able to throw the football to get back into it, but you can't accomplish that if you can't keep your quarterback standing upright. Give the defense tons of credit getting that sack on 3rd down.
3rd down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion. He wants to go deep. Oh, it's picked off. Oh, that's not the way to start a drive. He's knocked down the one play to come up with the interception.
That's a bit of a gut punch for the offense because you went in at halftime, you made your adjustments, you're feeling good about your game plan coming here in the second half, and right away you throw an interception to the defense.
The Texas offense makes its way out to begin the drive. They'd love nothing more than to take advantage of that early second-half turnover and cash in and tack a little bit more onto this lead. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain.
And you could tell the QB wants to run. He's going to be a big part of the game plan, and the defense really, really understands that. I got to understand, and more importantly, when I get a lick on this cat, I got to take it. Like, not dirty, not cheap shots, but end of the plays, when I can be physical and really make him feel me, I think that'll always bode well in a fourth quarter game.
And they'll move the chains and get him to the 47-yard line.
And for DBs out there trying to stop these short slant routes against man coverage, being physical is really key. You want to get your hands on the wide receiver and really try to disrupt that timing between the QB and his target.
Direct snap. Might have a chance. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37. He's now over 150 yards on the ground, and you start putting yourself in that ethereal company of great Longhorn running backs.
Yeah, there's so many of them that we could go back, and Cedric Benson and Ricky Williams and just recently Bijan Robinson. Man, they find highly, highly talented dudes. Just guys that you know when you hand him the ball, good things are going to happen.
And that defensive penetration gave him no chance, and he is ridden out of bounds.
And that just looked off. The timing, the rhythm, I don't know what it was, but usually that option, man, it's so precise, right? Like really quickly making a read, and you could tell they weren't on the same page. It went absolutely nowhere. Defense won that rep.
They worked that running game down to the 34. Let's give him 3 on the carry.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
It'll be 3rd and long. A designed run for the quarterback. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. It'll be 4th down. And on 4th down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. Absolutely perfect. And now the lead is extended a little further.
And not to be the old guys in the booth, but we aren't the old guys in the booth. Man, 50-yard field goals used to be really, really hard. Kickers nowadays, man, they are making it look so much easier, and he does right there.
And no chance at a return. Here they'll start this drive at their own 25. the Ohio State offense onto the field. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind you. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
And it's been a struggle for the run game for this offense. Man, this is something they hang their hat on. You saw last week, you saw the highlights, and just give it to the running back. Let him do his thing. Haven't been able to get him going. I don't know what's going on, but they got to find a way to get their talented back some space so he can make some plays.
Here's Sayin to throw. Here's a heat. Man, did he pay for it with that hit as he got rid of the ball.
And you knew he was going to take a step back because you can't throw the ball for over 80% in a season. Like, that's ridiculous. Last week he was on fire, but this week, man, he's freezing cold. And he's got to find something to get this offense going. But right now, just off target. Somebody needs to step up, make a play, and maybe get a spark for this offense.
From the gun on third down, Sayin. Gonna take a shot. He's got it along the sideline. Got loose, made the big play, and took it down to the 31.
And, man, that's a big-time play for this offense. This quarterback, he's put the ball in harm's way. He's already had a couple of interceptions. This ball was kind of a 50-50 ball. Nice to see the receiver make a play and get some yards after the catch. Make a big play for this offense.
Trying to set up the screen. And the screen goes nowhere. They stop him for no gain on the play. That screen pass just never had a chance to get going, and the defense wrecked it from the start.
And you assume on a screen play you're going to get something positive, something decent. That was absolutely awful. There was nowhere to go, no room for the running back to make a play. That offense needs to execute that a lot better.
Backed up now, here's second and long. Sayin back to the air. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
And there's no mystery as to why this team's losing today. They've given up 5 sacks. They cannot keep their quarterback upright. You just saw another example of it right there. He has never been able to get into rhythm throwing the football.
DKR heating up and trying to make third down impossible here. Now here's Sayin. Throws to the wideout. And the deflection by the defense. Great play on third down brings us to 4.
Things just not going as easy for this guy as they did his last game out. Last time he completed over 70% of his throws. This week, though, defense taking some throws away. They've made some plays. He just hasn't been quite spot on with his accuracy. He's going to have to play better. Well, that kid just showed off his hammer for a leg, 50-plus, and he did it with ease.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Wide receiver going in motion. Manning. Got his man on the right. Could not make his way to the corner.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding. I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Dropping back, it's Manning. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit and forcing the incompletion?
They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on third and long from the 26. Quarterback may change this route. Third down from the gun, Manning. Under fire. Out of the backfield, he's open. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker.
Listen, I know this running back is shifty. I know he's really good in the open field, but that's just asking too much of him at this point. 3rd and long situation. He wasn't going to be able to make that extra guy miss trying to get that first down.
Gonna field this one in tight quarters. Gets away from one. He's got space. Slips through the line. He was able to get that ball up to the 48-yard line before he stopped on the return. They'll start this drive at their own 48. Sayin on the play action. Looking for space to the left. It'll be incomplete. Tried to extend the play, but just couldn't find anybody open.
Listen, I would get rid of that thing fast, too, if I've been sacked that many times today. They're coming every angle. Everybody's coming. They've got to me the whole day. Can somebody please get my back?
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Oh, it's a reverse. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
Well, the offense dialing up the jet sweep, and I like that idea because this receiver, with his speed, you want to try to get him on the perimeter, put the ball in his hands and see what can happen.
Third and 6 yards to go. Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. They've done the work to build a nice cushion. Now to bring it home as we check out the stats after 3 quarters. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. So we open the final period with a 3rd down play. Lined up in the gun on 3rd down, Sayin. And that is interception number 3 on the day. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
And this linebacker is all over the field in run support. When they throw the football, though, man, does he have great vision, and he breaks on the football. Look at him using the hands. He had 2 a week ago, throwing another today. That's a season for a linebacker most of the time. Great 2-game stretch for this LB.
The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. And that interception might well be the nail in the coffin. Offense gets the ball back, up by 2 scores. There he goes. He's at the touchdown, Longhorn. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
David, this guy's showing us everything he's got in his toolbox. Between the tackles, running outside, the elusiveness, the vision, the speed, the patience, and with that home run, now has over 200 yards rushing in this game.
And there's nothing more frustrating than a guy that just keeps coming and keeps coming. They keep feeding him, and he keeps breaking tackles. He keeps making big plays. This defense has had absolutely no answer for that stuff.
Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Ohio State sending out the offense to start this drive. A very disappointing performance for the #1 team in the country. There will be a new team atop the rankings when they come out next. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, this guy must feel like he's run into a buzzsaw in this game. He has been under duress all game long, and that's a big reason why he's thrown multiple interceptions in the game, too. Nothing coming easy to him. It's hard to see the field when your internal clock is going off so fast because of the pressure of this defense, and that's why they find themselves down by so much here in the fourth.
Just about had another one picked off. They have been way too reckless with the football, throwing it away 3 times already.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
Sayin from the gun on 3rd down. Moving out to the right. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
Look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. Again, it's Sayin. He's brought down, couldn't find anybody and get rid of the football, and they'll turn it over on downs.
That's a gutsy call, and I know the analytics world says to go for it more often, but when you're in your own territory and now you turn the football over to the other team, points are so much easier to get. Obviously, I know, Jesse, it didn't take a color commentator to figure that out.
Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
I mean, you just can't teach and coach Big D tackles to be that quick. I mean, he shot right out of his stance, beat the offensive lineman, and he was in the backfield before the O-line even knew it.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. They give it to him again. Picked up maybe a yard. It's down at the 16. Now facing a 3rd and long. Looking for space. It's Smothers. He gets nothing. Nowhere to go, and it'll be 4th down.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
Right down the boulevard. It's good. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. There's a lot of pressure when you have that #1 beside your name, and perhaps it was the pressure, perhaps it was just one of those days, but that reign is coming to an end.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker unit really held down this.
Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
The #1 objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much, late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. Nice interception. This one's almost over.
So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. And after that interception, things quite comfortable. Big lead, clock winding down. They should be able to take care of business here. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. He'll try it again. They'll put the brakes on him at the 21, give him a yard.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Facing 3rd and long from the 21 and hoping not to settle for a field goal. The give. Got a little grass. They get him corralled, but he carries it all the way down to the 7-yard line.
Yeah, it's make or break time for this defense now. They got to get a stop, and if that's bringing more bodies in, bringing more beef in, they're running the football right up the gut, right at you. They're not going to throw the football in this situation. Time to be more physical and get this big stop.
And they'll take a knee and watch this clock keep on winding its way toward a victory. Running out the clock, a mere formality between them and a victory as we have victory formation coming. With the game in hand, the offense choosing to just have the quarterback take a knee. It's 3rd and goal and 3rd and long. And with things in their favor on the scoreboard, the quarterback's favorite play in the playbook, the old kneel down from victory formation.